Welcome. My name is Kathrina Miccio, and you are joining us with Indie Film Online and the Venus Italian International Film Festival. The film festival is a week away. It's going to be June 6th and 7th. The 8th is awards, and after each block, we are going to have Q&A. So I'm hoping that everybody could join us for that. Today, we have Bob Celli and his wife, Laura Delano, and I'm going to bring them in right now. There you are. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How are you faring in the COVID? The COVID quarantine?
We're surviving.
Surviving. Well, we write, right? So it's not much different than another day.
Exactly. It's actually been the same day for the past 76.
Exactly. Yes. Well, I've kept busy with the magazine and the festivals and everything, and I'm sure that you're writing fabulous things as always.
I'm writing. God knows what it's going to turn out to be.
Yeah, we don't know if it's fabulous, but he has been writing.
Well, you always write fabulous things. How many awards have you guys gotten? I was just like a little piddle of festival compared to, what did I read? 75 nominations or something crazy, right? You had Brooklyn in July,
right,
and Figs for Italo,
right,
that went berserk.
Yeah, they, knock on wood. I don't, yeah, we'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
We knock and we spit in Italian, right?
That's
I tell you, one of the things that we've been doing during this time of coronavirus is Bob Mom is turning 92 this week. And we've been doing, not exactly Zoom, what do you call that, Alexa show with her. We can just pop in and we're on her kitchen table.
Wow.
And our goal every day is to make her laugh.
Good.
So we found the best way to make her laugh is for me to try and speak her dialect.
Which is what?
Petronese.
Where's that?
It's about the middle of the boot. It's in the Molise region. So the closest town that you might have heard it is Campobasso.
Or Monte Cassino is a landmark.
Oh, okay. Monte Cassino.
Right. So it cracks her up.
I've never been that far down.
Yeah.
The furthest I've been is Malfi.
That's not too shabby.
No, my family is on the Sorrento coast, a little north. I have an apartment there. I go there every year, and I'm hoping to go there for September for my Prosciutto Festival.
Right.
Have that directing one over there too. So I'm hoping that I just spoke to one of the filmmakers that came to the cutting room from Italy, from Prosciutto. He did a film he did a documentary on Il Postino.
Oh, love that film.
Yeah, because it was filmed on Prosciutto.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that things will be okay. They had, I think, 3 cases on the whole island.
Wow.
So I think that they'll be safe by September.
So they're pretty much self-quarantined all the time.
Oh yeah. Exactly. The whole island is quarantined. But tell me, how is the kid? So you have the keeper in this year, and has it been going through the festival circuit?
It's been going well. I think
Yeah.
we're up to 28 festivals.
Oh my God.
And
It's
we started in October.
yeah, so
and-
it's been another ride.
And considering that, things are completely different, as you know,
Yes,
everyone's
I
having to
do.
pivot and do things online.
Yes.
But fingers crossed, we still are getting some good acceptances, so
Yeah.
that's good, and some nomination nods for
Yeah.
different awards. Most recently, was it Madrid?
Madrid.
Yeah. So that was nice when Bob gets an acting award nomination. Because this was, The Keeper was sort of a departure in that, in this one, in the others, in Figs for Italo and Brooklyn in July, he was the director and writer and
Yes.
co-producer.
I know. I was surprised to see you
But
acting.
this one, he did the triumvirate,
Who knew?
the whole kit and caboodle. Yeah. So,
Well, you write and
Because I've seen you act a bit,
you write and direct, and then all of a sudden everybody forgets that you started out as an actor. So.
Yeah.
Well, you were fabulous, and I love
you.
the concept of this film. And I had to watch it twice. I have to tell you, I watched it twice because I caught more each time, which is a good thing. You want to
Yeah.
good to hear.
I mean, for me, it was great just to do. It was a departure. You've seen our other films; they're all basically
This was
historical
so different.
dramas.
This was so different,
Right.
but it still had your flavor, your flair.
Mhm.
You could still see you in it.
Well, thank you.
You were in it, but
Right.
but I mean the writing and everything was still was different, but you could still see that it was yours, as an artist should be.
Thanks. Yeah, I just wanted to see if I could stretch those muscles and tell a story on a smaller platform. That takes place in 2 rooms, basically.
Yeah,
As
I challenged him as his co-producer. I said, all right, we've been doing these historical dramas, taking place in 1943, 1945. It's incredibly expensive with the costumes and the cars and trying to make it look authentic. So you got to, and just the weather, when you're waiting for the weather, is it going to rain? Is it going to thunderstorm? Oh, you have to cancel the whole day. So I said, all right, next film, indoors,
Interior.
private property, indoors, small cast. What else did I ask
She
for?
was just lucky that we didn't have to get a train.
That's right. I don't want to deal with. Oh, and no children. I wanted no children because that was very complicated. I love working with kids, but it's complicated because of the labor laws, things like that.
Where did this inspiration come from writing this? Because it's got twists and turns to it.
Yeah.
And also it did have a little bit of, the way the clothes and stuff, the styles were a little period. Was it supposed to be present, or?
Well, the idea for the film came from one of her dreams.
Oh, I love that.
Oh yeah, welcome to my world.
I have a very active dream.
Down really fast, right? You have to have like right next to your bed, right? Because they could go away. I'm glad it didn't.
Well, she's actually very good at remembering her dreams. So she wakes up, she tells me this dream, and the movie sort of morphed out of that. I obviously took it to a different level because what happens in the movie did not really happen in her dream, but it has to sort of go, it sort of talks to that concept of, how well do you know the person you're actually sleeping with or sleeping next to? How well do you know the person next to you sitting, at a restaurant?
Yes.
or this person or that person?
Where have they been? What do they do? What are they all about?
Yeah.
People are mystery.
What's going on in that head of yours and those dreams?
That's right. And in some of those heads, we don't even want to know.
Yeah.
I probably could have made some films out of my dreams.
I guess we could have too, but we're not sure people want to see those.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, definitely. You have to pick and choose, But this one definitely, it sparked his imagination, and it came out quite quickly, as I remember. I think he got the idea from the story that I told him of my dream, and then he fiddled with it, took it around, and it was very similar to what he came up with for the film.
And let's face it, some of the best dreams that I've ever heard her recount are all having to do with anxiety anyway.
Yeah.
And when you do this, when you make a movie, you're nothing but anxiety from beginning to end, because you don't really know how it's going to go. You have an idea, you make a plan, but you're also ready to change those plans at a heartbeat because it may or may not work out.
Right. Because it depends on so many circumstances. And then you have to be willing to be fluid, because that's sort of the magic of it. You don't want to ignore someone's inspiration if it comes and it's better than what you had planned. You go with that. And that's one of the things that we find exciting about making films, is that it's a collaborative art. So you get the actors, you get the director of photography, the set person, costume people, you get those people together. And
use the same cinematographer?
I did. I used the same one this time. And I think, we've gotten to the point where myself and Ken Katowski, we kind of push each other. I don't want to let him down. I know he doesn't want to let me down. So we're sort of at that level where we strive to give each other what we need.
If it ain't broke, you guys have been really on a roll.
Well, she cracks up because we've gotten to the point, Ken and I, that we start talking to each other and we start finishing each other's sentences.
Yeah.
And she looks at me and she goes, Jesus, it's like you guys are married.
Yeah, so they have a mind meld. Their minds come together, and it's like they take them occasionally. It's a little annoying.
Well,
because
but
they'll speak in half sentences to each other.
Both know what's going on. You both are getting it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the goal. I think that's the goal of any of us filmmakers, that when you're on set, everybody has to be on the same page.
Exactly.
For things to work out the way that you envision them. And when they're not, that's when I think, problems arise and different strategies are needed. But if everybody approaches things the same way and we're all on the same page, everybody's open to, what you have to add, what this person has to add, and it all sort of builds together.
Yes. For the other films and this one as well, have you gotten any bites, any interest in them to do a?
Well, Figs for Italy, we continue to get people asking for that movie to bring it to festivals.
Mm-hmm. Brooklyn in July has had a nice long life and is often asked to be part of teaching seminars, on racism and social injustice, which unfortunately is always a current event, and
now more than ever these past couple of days.
Always needs to be paid attention to, and until we get it right. And July has had a good long run in that sense. In terms of making either one of them into a full length, it would take a lot more work and a lot more
just
money.
A lot of money.
So
how long was Brooklyn in July again?
21.
But almost like it was a feature. From watching that, like you get the feel of a feature.
Yeah, well, that's whenever we've done anything, it's like that's sort of my goal. My goal is to make it feel like you're watching a movie.
You're going on a ride, definitely going on a journey with the characters, with the story, for sure.
And with Figs for you say
Italo. There you go.
Yeah, Italo. It's got so much heart, and I see like what my father used to tell me about picking figs off the trees in Italy, and and his sister's there, and it was just it was so beautiful.
There's a funny story for you. That tree that we have young Dora picking the figs out of is not a fig tree. I had to order fig leaves. I got big bundles of figs leaves, and I tied them to this branch, and then I actually sewed the figs, real figs, onto the stem so she could pull them off.
Yeah, another one of those behind the scenes stories. We shot that. It looks like it was shot in Italy, where people said when they saw my posts on Facebook when we'd been there, they said, "Oh, did you have a good time in Italy?" And I went, "Yes." Because we couldn't get to Italy. It was too expensive. So we shot it in California. When we arrived in California, we had to do a lot of the prop shopping. and we thought, oh, we'll get the figs the day before we go. But
it's California. There's figs there all the time.
And Bob had a good thought. He said, let's get them today. I just want to make sure we have them. We got the last 3 boxes of figs. The guy at Whole Foods, or where all the places we went to, the last place had them. And there were no more figs.
Well, they had some sort of drought.
Some kind of drought.
So the figs crop just bit it.
Yeah, and so we had the last 4 boxes of figs, and those figs were treated better than any of the actors. They had
their own cooler.
They had their own cooler. I paid more attention because those figs had to last. They had to last.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Proper temperature.
The whole
That's
thing.
right.
Yes. No, they were definitely coddled figs.
That's amazing. And what did you say that you shot that in Pennsylvania or somewhere?
The train was in Pennsylvania.
The train was in Pennsylvania. We shot at my mom's house.
Like 3 years ago, I remembered.
Yeah, we actually shot at my mom's house in New Jersey. That's her house.
That's her house?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
No, not the one that takes place in Italy. That's a vineyard in California.
The dinner party. The lunch party. At the beginning.
What was that house?
The house it's a vineyard in California in the Santa Ynez Valley called Sunstone Winery.
So it was a wine vineyard, but with one fig tree. Fake fig tree.
That's right. Yeah. Well, actually, they filmed after. It's funny. They've started filming. I forget what they're filming there. They filmed a series there with Jonathan Pryce. I'm not sure which one for the entire series. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
Great location.
It's a great spot.
Location.
So gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, my friend has an agriturismo in Italy, if you ever need to really shoot in Italy.
Well, we wanted to.
I have a lot of locations there. I'm going to be doing a film that I wrote there.
The reason we didn't was because you couldn't do I forget that it was
a train.
It was because of SAG issues.
Oh,
you couldn't make it a SAG movie, at least a short at that point.
Yeah.
And go to Italy. And I couldn't go there and shoot. I couldn't even go there and shoot footage.
No, none of.
And then be under SAG auspices.
Yeah, they don't allow short at the time.
It was weird.
Allow short films. If you wanted to be a union film, you could not shoot
outside the states.
Outside the states.
Right. Didn't expect it, so that's why we shifted and ended up getting things here cheaper anyway. I mean, to get a train there was going to cost us pretty much
the whole budget.
I mean, that looked like it had such a big budget too. I mean, the quality of that film is just incredible.
Thank you.
I could see that as a series. I really want to see that as a series. I do, or a feature.
You've always been a champion of that.
It's one of my favorites for sure.
Thank you.
How many awards did I give you the first year for that? 2, 3? I don't remember.
Two. At Cutting Room, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I just love it.
Yeah, thank you. It's very dear to our hearts.
And then you came out to the Venus Festival last year to Las Vegas. We missed you, Laura.
Oh, thank you. I was. I was in Scotland.
You were in Scotland.
Oh well.
You went to Scotland. I went to Vegas. There was a.
I mean, it was gonna be in Miami this year at the Hard Rock, the big Guitar Hotel, but then it happened. But I didn't want to let anybody down, and I'm trying to do as much as I can for this. And now I have the magazine, which I'm bringing filmmakers in, and I really want filmmakers to, that to be a platform for them to show anything that you want. You could have an interview, anything you want, you could put into the magazine. It's like, for now, it's like $50 a page. And then once I get advertisers, I don't want to charge the filmmakers anything.
Right.
And everybody's like, no, you have to charge more. I'm like, no, that's not the point. I don't want to charge them anything. But right now, as it's building, I'll get some advertisers, and then I really want to help filmmakers get their work out there. So
it's appreciated by all of us, I'm sure.
Love to do an article on you guys with I mean, just you traveling around to all of these festivals constantly, and all the awards that you've won, that's a story in itself. So would be great.
Thank you.
And I love the film. I love The Keeper. It's very different than your other films.
Yeah.
And you have a crazy little mind, Missy.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
I do. I do.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I know. Well, what do they say? Still waters run deep, right? We're crazy.
So I think you're in 2 blocks, right? Did I put you
Yeah,
in
I think
2?
we're on Saturday at noon and Sunday at noon.
Yes. Okay. So, sorry, you're gonna have to wait till the end of the day for the Q&A, but both, you know, I'm gonna have Q&A at the end of both days, and then the awards are on Monday at I'll be on at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna zoom in as many people. I think we could get like 300 people or something on Zoom. So
Wow.
I think so.
It'll be tiny little pictures.
I don't know if everybody will get on at this. Yeah, like, oh, there's a little bitty like pixels, like a
Chuck
Chuck
Close.
Close. It'll be like
Yeah.
a Chuck Close painting. Maybe it'll
Definitely.
come out to look like something.
That's right.
That would be
right. Wouldn't that be cool?
You should actually make it look like Laurel's or the Venus. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll just have to color code people and tell them what colors to wear.
She's beautiful. She's very pretty. Yeah. Very attractive award.
She's back. She comes all the way from Greece. She's marble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
very
that.
nice.
I remember that you telling me that you had to ship them all the way over.
No,
Yeah.
very, very classy.
I had to carry them. I had to carry them in suitcases because they sent them to my house in Jersey instead of to Las Vegas.
Oh,
Right.
That's funny. And they didn't stop you and
no, I just had to pay extra for my luggage, and you know, well, I don't travel lightly anyway, but. Well, I want to thank both of you so much, and it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure talking to you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for supporting filmmakers.
Absolutely, that's what I do.
It's a great platform for everybody. And
yes, it is.
Very grateful.
You know, I mean, it's all about paying it forward. And at first, I was like, I need like a home for my 3 festivals, and then I'm like, well, maybe I could get some advertising. Whoa, let me get some filmmakers in, and you know, and then I'm like, okay. And now I'm going to do a show. I'm going to do a YouTube show like this.
Wow. Excellent.
It's great to know that you're an underachiever.
Yeah, you're such an underachiever.
Yeah.
I bet you don't sleep at all.
I'm up at 5.
Yeah.
I'm up at 5. And
I knew it.
Yeah.
The only time we're up at 5 is if we're catching a plane.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't know why, but 5 o'clock has been the time. I have so much editing and stuff to do, but and writing, and I have 2 films in my head that I can't wait to write. One is going to take place in Italy, and the other one is a comedy. So, you know, I have a lot to do.
You got to get them out.
Festival, I'm gonna.
Yeah, you have to get them down on paper, otherwise you go crazy.
I know I'm starting to go a little crazy, but I'm so happy to do this. And anyway, so I will see you during the Q&A.
Yes, you will.
All right. Thank you so much.
Again.
Virtual hugs.
Virtual hugs.
Both.
Stay safe.
You too. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.